Hello and welcome to World in 5. The Africa Import and Export Bank, Afreximbank, is planning to advance $1 billion to Zimbabwe as part of an investment package. This was revealed after President Mnangagwa met the bank's top officials on the sidelines of the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Baku, Azerbaijan. The president is among the world leaders attending COP29 running under the theme In Solidarity for a Green World. Our correspondent Kodabu Titi gives us more on the developments.
This emerged after President Mnangagwa met Afreximbank boss Professor Benedict Orama at the United Nations Climate Change Conference, also known as COP29. Speaking to Zimbabwean journalists briefly after the meeting, President Mnangagwa said he had deliberated with Professor Orama on the multifaceted ventures that the Pan-African Financial Institution is implementing in Zimbabwe. On his part, Professor Orama said the bank is ready to dole out the $1 billion and it will be invested into the private sector as well as the public sector. Reporting for Zimbabwe's television network, I'm Kodabu Titi in Baku, Azerbaijan.
Flash floods hit parts of Bulawayo, resulting in several houses and some roads being waterlogged following a heavy downpour which pounded the entire city. The floods hit part of Phumula suburbs, Nketa, Mganwini, Nkulumane, Mahachula and Cowdrey Park, among other areas, rendering some bridges and major roads leading to the city inaccessible. We have Andile Chuma live from Bulawayo with an update on the situation.
Good evening and thank you. We have had quite some heavy rain in Bulawayo this morning and afternoon, and as a result we've had cases of flooding in a number of Bulawayo suburbs. We've got areas that are always prone to flooding. These are low-lying areas, including some parts of Cowdrey Park, Mganwini, Nketa, as well as Mahachula suburbs. And we've been in communication with the Bulawayo Chief Fire and Ambulances Officer, Mr. Mhlangano Moyo, who said that a number of teams from his department were out across the city attending to some distress calls from residents. We know of a case in point where in Mahachula suburb some children were stranded and their home was flooded, and neighbors had to call in the fire brigade as they were afraid of dogs there. The fire brigade did go there and the children are safe as we speak.
Zimbabwe's leader, President Emmerson Mnangagwa, who is also the SADC chairman, has congratulated Navin Ramgoolam on his recent election as Mauritian Prime Minister after his party romped to a landslide victory in his country's recent elections. In a statement, President Mnangagwa said, and I quote, "On behalf of the Southern African Development Community, the government and the people of the Republic of Zimbabwe, and on my behalf, I wish to warmly congratulate you and your party, my dear brother and colleague, on your landslide victory in the just-ended elections and on your assumption of office of the Prime Minister of the Republic of Mauritius." Government has ordered the Harare City Council to stop demolition of houses in Stone Ridge. This comes after several families have been left exposed in the rain when the council destroyed their homes, which were allegedly built illegally. Speaking at the 2025 Strategic Planning Workshop, Local Government and Public Works Minister Daniel Garwe said the demolitions were inhuman and exposed vulnerable people.
And we want to bury the late baron as quickly as yesterday. We are all aware of what was happening in Harare and in Karoi. Harare City Council and Karoi City Council went on a demolition drive, knowing fully well that next week we've got visitors. Starting this weekend, we've got visitors. There are about 7 heads of state coming to Victoria Falls for the World Children's commemorations, and followed by the Troika. They decided to demolish people's homes. They waited for 6 months for people to build those houses, for them to realize that these houses were illegally built. So we've put a stop to that. We stopped them yesterday. We are not promoting illegal settlements, but we are saying there are certain processes and procedures that must be followed by the authorities before demolishing people's homes. If you are to give notice period, give them adequate notice period. You can't give a person 5 days, say within 5 days vacate or come and demolish. It's inhuman. It's not acceptable. And as central government, we have said no to demolitions.
The Zimbabwe Republic Police has partnered with local seed company Seedco in a crackdown against fake seed traders. This follows an increase in cases of fake maize seed infiltration since the beginning of the summer cropping season. Last year, a total of fake seed traders were arrested and 35 tons of fake seed were recovered. The blitz is set to continue until year-end. Zimbabwe Republic Police spokesperson Commissioner Paul Nyati speaks.
We have realized that we also need to engage the judiciary. The judiciary is playing its part in terms of convictions, but we feel that the sentences have to be deterrent so that we don't continue to arrest these very same people year in, year out. So it's a process which we have agreed with the Seedco, and I'm going to highlight it, the Commissioner General of Police, that there are certain proposals which have been made by stakeholders in the seed industry.
On a sad note, at least 14 people have been killed after a bus carrying wedding guests crashed into a river in Pakistan. The bus was carrying around 24 passengers. Searches continue for bodies and survivors. There are differing reports about the number of people who have died, with some local officials saying 18 people had been confirmed dead after the crash into the Indus River in northern Pakistan. That was all we had for World in 5.